So I've been reading Jonah and I've been thinking about whales. And the funny thing is, just about 7 miles from where I was raised, there's this town right on the bay that, I mean, the humpback whale migration lane is right there. There's a couple of businesses there that do whale watching. Whale watching. People watch whales. They're big, they're huge, and mostly what they're doing when they're eating. They're eating because they're big. And it's a long trip. They got a long way to go. And the water's cold. And they got to eat. And man, they eat schools of fish. And I have eaten in that town. Not fish, although I've been told I don't really care for the fish. But I've heard it was good. But they did have this pizza place. Whoa. Yeah, it was good. You might be watching the whales. And it is invigorating to see God's massive creation out there, but the whales are not what? They're not looking out for you. They're eating. They are hungry. They're huge and they got a long trip. They got to eat. They're looking for as many fish as they can get. These 2 ladies were out there shooting. They're with their phones and a school of fish was right under them. Huge school of fish. And then a humpback whale, and they'll scoop up and they were on paddle boards. Paddle boards. Is that a thing? To go whale watching on a paddle board? Oh my gosh. Scooped them up. There's people with phones out over there going, oh my God, they scooped them up. And the ladies after were saying in an interview, like, oh, we were fine. That's the most fun we've ever had. Oh my. And this one was also a couple of years ago. East Coast for this one. Lobster fisherman? Anyway, his name was Michael. I can't remember his last name right now, but so he was harvesting lobster for the lobster trade. And he'd done it all of his life. This guy's 56. Anyway, he was out there and doing lobster. Tough guy, been doing this. It's not an easy job. You think, oh, it's picking up lobsters, but you gotta get where the lobsters are, and they walk. Lobsters walk. So you got to go down to the bottom to get the lobsters. And apparently there was a humpback whale there fishing he's eating, trying to survive, and Michael gets caught actually completely in this humpback's mouth. Now, he did have gear on, and so he was able to put his oxygen in, but he didn't swallow him, but that was a wild ride. That was too much of a ride. I don't want to go on that ride. In the whale's mouth, 1864, Peleg Nye was a whaler. He worked on a whaling vessel, harpooning, that type of thing. Harvest, because the whales, they weren't watching them for the joy of seeing the massiveness of God's wonderful creation. They were getting oil out of them. The whale hit, I don't know what happened, but he fell into the whale's mouth. He was right there. He fell into the whale's mouth, and it's possible. It's hard to know the way they tell the story if the whale just caught his leg or if he was inside and just his foot was hanging out. But anyway, he's dragged down there. This is why he survived, not swallowed, but he survived. And I don't know. I don't think that's a lot. After all this talk about whales, actually, the Bible says that God prepared a great fish. God prepared this fish to take Jonah to the place where God could deliver his word of mercy to this people and save their lives. And this might be an odd comparison, but when I think of this story, I think God is preparing us in a miraculous way. Fish don't swallow people and then the people get out and go about their business. This isn't how things work. This was bigger. This was a prepared situation that was bigger than the fish. And God is preparing you for something bigger than you to carry his message of love and mercy to a population.